My name is Kat Charnel. I go by Kat. I'm a safety advocate in the aviation community, certified flight instructor. The moment I wanted to become a pilot, I was a flight attendant working at Delta Airlines. I just had a curiosity, that bug, right? I'm working in the back of the plane, helping my customers, doing my thing as a flight attendant. I just was like, let me start asking, what does it take? Like, what's the process? Luckily for me, I met a pilot that told me she was a flight attendant previously. And she went on furlough because of 9/11. So when 9/11 hit, most of the airlines just stopped, right? It stopped the world. And in that process, she was like, I'm just gonna go to flight training. And I asked her, I said, hey, why would you go to flight training in that time? She said, I knew the airline industry would always come back. You know, we've always had high and lows. And she was like, yeah, I was a flight attendant. I took the time of me being furloughed to go to flight training, and she was flying the 76 with us to Amsterdam. So I was like, oh, okay, so this is a huge possibility for me if, you know, she was in my shoes before. So it is, when you see somebody maybe that doesn't look exactly like you, but it's like kind of in your realm of a female pilot that's like, you know, I was in your shoes. It's like you can see it, you can be it. Representation does matter. I don't care what anyone says, it matters, absolutely. My first real experience in flight training was my discovery flight sold flying for me, even though it was just like 30 minutes. And it was at this airport, Fulton County. Cessna 172, and the first time I had ever seen a black female pilot, she was the CFI taking me up flying. So then I was just like, okay, God, you just want me to see this for real. Like you introduced me to so many flight attendants and pilots that are female that are interested or doing it, and now the person taking you up is a black female pilot. I will never forget. She took me up. I wasn't scared. I felt great, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna do this now because I'm comfortable, and it's the first flight. Like coming into land, I was like, oh, this is a little scary, but other than that, I loved every part. Something that people don't tell you about becoming a pilot is, man, there is so much that people don't know that it takes to become a pilot, so much knowledge that you have to have. The flying abilities are great, right? So anybody to me can learn the flying abilities with practice and patience, but the knowledge that goes with that and all the information, that don't always sit right with people. They're not always, I wouldn't say intelligent, but like wanting to seek the intelligence of everything that comes with aviation, airspace, weather, the aerodynamics of flying, everything that comes with it's pretty vast. And as you know, working on a private pilot certificate, you're like, there's so much I need to know, and I just don't feel like I have enough time to learn it, to pass. But of course you can, but no one tells you all of the education behind just becoming a private pilot, just that area alone. They don't explain to you, you have to know all this. You can be asked anything. So, knowing how to study, knowing how to time management for everything that you have to do, knowing how to multitask. Just a lot of people don't know that it takes so much brain power to know all the information, talk on radios, and fly the aircraft all at the same time. And really, you don't get a break. Your mind is always moving because you're moving fast, right? We don't have a lot of time to make decisions. So the education that you have to have, it stumps some people, sadly. The hardest part of my journey to 1,500 hours is, wow, it's hard to even just come to this moment where I'm finally at my 1,500 hours. And one of the hardest parts has been actually recently. I finally get my 1,500 hours, but it's too short for the timing that I needed to go into a certain position. So that position was taken from me. And now I have to start studying to interview prep. And these interviews are extremely difficult. But it's not something I can't do. It's just hard, and it's like I finally got to this point, and there's still some disappointment in the end of finding out that, something I worked really, really hard for to get to is kind of like snatched under me. I did not realize how hard it is to get 1,500 hours. I didn't think back then that it would be hard. Like, you're just gonna flight instruct and you're gonna get all these hours with all these students, and then guess what? The economy tanked. Who's flying? It's not like when I started, when students were like some people started and stopped, some people finished, some people flew when they could, but the last 2 summers it's been iffy, and definitely last summer, no one had the money to fly. So I'm finally a full-time flight instructor, and I'm not getting the flight hours I thought I could. And then the affordability about getting that 1,500 hours, right? So let's say you finish all your ratings in 400 hours. You still need so many more hours, and are you gonna pay for that? How much is it gonna cost you to get 1,000 hours at a rate of $200, $300 an hour for the plane? It's a lot of money. So the affordability of it caught me off guard. I really thought I could flight instruct for the entire 1,500 hours. It's very difficult. And just how long it can take you if your student load doesn't really match your availability. If you have 3 students and 2 students, they only fly once or twice a week. So when you start doing the math, you really have to pay attention to the hours that you're getting as an instructor, to the timeline you need to meet for whatever job you're looking for. The moment that I wanted to quit but kept going was, wow, that's a good one. Okay, yeah, I wanted to quit about 15 times. Let's say 20 times, 30, I'm kidding. It's been a lot of times. Private pilot especially, I question, am I good enough again? And I hate that a lot of women do this to ourselves. We question our capabilities, even though anything you want, you could do. Seriously, anything you want, you could do. And when you're questioning yourself, all you're doing is being your inner saboteur instead of being your biggest cheerleader. So the quitting was just me giving up on myself instead of giving myself grace. I did that in the past. And now I don't do that. And now I try to teach other women, we have to stop questioning our abilities. And the studies show, we make great pilots because we have discernment. We are good time managers. We are great at problem solving. We're empathetic. We have great understanding. We do things in order. We follow the rules, and we're not risk takers. We're very safety conscious. So us questioning our abilities is like, why are you telling yourself that? Let somebody else try to tell you that and then prove them wrong, but don't put yourself down. What it means to be a Black woman in aviation is, it's lovely to be part of the 0.1%. I'm grateful. I'm very proud to be a Black woman that is really trying her best to be a safety advocate, mentor to other people, and give people information. Like, take the person that's coming behind me and bringing them up with me. So being a Black woman is a privilege, is an honor. I really want to show the world that we belong in the space. We earned our stripes. There's no place where we were given or handed anything. You work for everything that you have. And it's hurtful to hear some of the comments that people make, but it doesn't mean that it's gonna affect me. I'm just gonna keep on doing what I have to do, because growing up, my parents are immigrants. I didn't have an easy shake. I wasn't liked for being a brown-skinned person in all white schools. I wasn't loved on and doted on. I had to like live in a world where people just didn't like me because of the way I looked. And it's okay. I realized at a very young age, that's fine. You just have to love yourself, right? And just keep on going. And then I found ways to continue loving myself. And I'm never going to be ashamed of being a Black woman. I'm very proud of that. As a CFI working at ACE Academy, what I've learned about myself is teaching students. Ooh, it has taught me that, it's so funny because I was the type of student that was really hard to criticize me and me not take it so personal. So now I'm learning that I have to give my students all the love and grace that I wanted from my instructor. And I really do make it so, or I really want to make it so that I am the instructor that I wanted for myself. So being a CFI at ACE, teaching the kids here, teaching the adults here, I learned that I have to pay attention to everyone's learning style and understand how they kind of learn, their quirks. I have to adapt to each person. Everybody's different. So I learned that I need to be more adaptable, have more patience, grace, be loving, be their cheerleader, trust that the things that I'm saying are coming through to that person. But yeah, I love teaching. It's so nice that you'll see somebody start from little shaky space, and then all of a sudden they're just like, you're just sitting there going, oh wow, everything that I said you're following, and I don't really got to say nothing no more. I'm just over here just collecting the check. It's very nice. What inspired me to create the community of Melanated Aviators was Melanated Aviators was created as a study group, straight up. We were just studying together, and it was so many people that looked like me. And I think of melanin or melanated people as people of the world. So it's very inclusive. We do not discriminate. We love everyone. And what we want is for our minority group of Black, brown, Hispanic, Asian, white, I do not care, for us to come together and have a common goal of learning the information. And then anything you learn, tell people. I think we get into a space where once you kind of get where you're going, people just like disappear. Like, oh, you got a job where? You got this? No. In the group, we give people information, and as you're getting information yourself, it's nice that you are to give it to other people. You're supposed to be that leader that brings the person behind you up into the leadership position so you can keep on going up. And I just think that Melanated Aviators is a space now that's grown way beyond what my expectations of a study group was going to be. And now we're just coming together for different meetups. We're promoting everything in aviation as far as careers, how to get your private pilot instrument readiness, everything that you can think of. We're trying to just give people information. What separates someone that gets to 1,500 hours versus someone who doesn't is ultimately it's drive and how much you want it. And I don't know why I am so driven as a person. Maybe it's how my parents raised me, and just wanting what I want. But I can't say those that try this out and realize it's not for them, you can just decide, it is a huge financial investment in yourself. It is a struggle to learn all the information. So the separation partly is drive, partly is how much you want to get into it, and the other part is insanity a little, because you're just a little crazy to be I'm gonna just switch careers in my life. I'm not a young person. I'm gonna just I had a great little gig and I'm just gonna stop doing that, make no money. But for those who tried this out and it just didn't work out, I get it. Because, I kind of questioned myself midway. I said, I had a decent gig. What? why did I just quit my thing to come and do this? But I wanted it bad. I wanted it bad. So I'm extremely driven in getting the things that I put my mind to. I started to feel confident in my flying when definitely wasn't after I got my private, because I think most people that get their private, they think, oh, I fly so great. And then you get into that instrument rating and you realize you can't hold altitude or heading. Can't hold it. So confidence came once I became a flight instructor. That's crazy. I know, not after commercial either. Once I became a flight instructor and I had to teach people what I know, oh yeah. That's what it was. To finally be airline ready at 1,500 hours feels, ooh. I love the idea that at 1,500 hours you're airline ready. But let's not forget, prior to that big accident that changed the rules to it being 1,500 hours, you could go to the airlines at 500 hours. Now, that being said, who's more qualified, somebody with 500 or 1,500? I say neither, because you have to get into the role and fly that aircraft to be really qualified for it. So it's just interesting that 1,500 hours is what you have to be at now to be airline ready, and that's just a requirement that I feel like really should change, but it's not going to. And that's okay, you know, you don't need to change it. It's what we're doing now. But if you can get to the jet quicker, wouldn't you have more experience? Wouldn't you have more hours in the jet? So I really push for people, definitely become a flight instructor, but if you can find an opportunity where you can get a jet rating or a 135 position flying a smaller aircraft, piston, propeller, go into that and get the experience in a bigger aircraft, because experience trumps everything. The type of pilot that I want to be when I get there is, I definitely want to go to an airline or a smaller 135 operation and start off as the first officer flying a jet. My dream is to fly a jet. That's what I want to do. And I'm a big safety advocate. Luckily for me, I've gotten to volunteer for the FAA safety program, and I get to promote the wings program to other pilots. So for me, I'm going to continue doing that. I'm a teacher at heart, love being a flight instructor, so I would love to be a chief pilot at airline or 135 operations, and I would love to continue the safety advocacy part of aviation. Moving smart in aviation means, quick story, my roommate back in the day, she took a while to start flight training because she wanted to plan every step out. And that was moving smart in my mind, because what she did was she made an Excel spreadsheet of every pencil down to the marker that it would cost to get a private pilot rating. So what the check ride cost was, what the plane per hour was, what the instructor cost is, what the books costs are, what the iPad is, everything that it costs. And then she made a plan of how many hours can I fly a week? What is my timeline for when I would do a check ride is. Preparation is working smart. So that if that means that you take a very strategic 4 months to save up the money, that's another thing. Save up all the money, create a very detailed strategic plan of what it's going to cost you and how to do it. Getting your written test done before you start flying, right? That's working smarter, because you're kind of setting up the build-up blocks of, let me get all this stuff set up so when I'm in the process of doing it, all I can do is fly. I'm just gonna fly and get my knowledge done. Always keep my knowledge up. But if you don't do everything on the front end, you will be doing it on the back end. Trust and believe. A lot of my issues with flying in the beginning is I didn't create a plan, so I had to start and stop. Had some money, ran out of money. Had I had all the money up front, I wouldn't have to have the stress of the financial burden of what it was to go to flight training. So part of that SMART for me is having a very strategic plan, having the money up front, having some knowledge pieces like in your written tests up front or picking a ground school, and just doing everything you can possible to set yourself up for success, because you're gonna have to do everything anyways. To those who are unsure of becoming a pilot and watching this, I would tell them, for anyone watching that has that curiosity like I did, that it just was so hard to like let it go, follow your curiosity, follow your heart, follow what you want and go for it 110%. Don't go for it 5%, 20%. Go full throttle on it. Do your research. Put all the typing and writing down. Write down everything that you need to accomplish. Meet who you need to meet. Get a mentor. Do all the steps or do nothing. Either go for it or don't. Even though sometimes I have questioned and quit a little bit, I stuck with it. I wasn't gonna give up. And even with my setback currently, having to apply and interview, I'm excited about that journey. I'm excited about all the opportunities that are gonna be afforded to me now.